Originally, I was never actually going to make this video. Like I was just gonna go ahead and let it be from from that time where I got banned from Marvellous Playground server on Saturday. I even talked about it in the previous video. Something new just happened on Monday that just made me not have to ignore this and have the purpose to actually make a video on this. Basically, on Monday, Darren went ahead and asked Copy Some Durgeon to ban me from his server, Copy server, because there was a video and that exposed Darren, and I said it was good because the accusations there are wild, as in everything Darren has done according to that video is wild. And then he gave him admin because he just thought he was bluffing for some reason. At the same time, he was sick, so he wasn't thinking properly. And then I go ahead and ask Copy what the hell just happened, because I got banned. I thought maybe the server got deleted. And then when I ask him, he says Darren and other people made it go corrupt. And then he said that he didn't think that he was gonna ban me. So basically, Darren took a whole personal issue with me and settled it by banning me from my own friend's server. How dare you even go ahead, take admin from someone who is my friend, and then go ahead ban me from his server? If you did that in your own server, I would understand that. But using my friend's server to go ahead and ban me was just straight up too far. This was like the worst thing you've done to me by far. And now, following up from what happened on Saturday, when I joined Darren's new Marvellous Playground server, he told me that there were some complaints regarding me from the booster roles, which I actually talked about earlier. And I say, for the last two images that I had sent to him, Kiara never sent us any proof in chat of me calling her that word. Now, that word that I had mentioned that I'm talking about is basically the WH word, which I don't want to mention, nor do I want to write it, so I just pronounce it or write it as WH. I asked for evidence, and guess what I got? Nothing. And then he says, yeah, I don't want drama. But then I say, okay, you got the screenshots, so am I safe now? Because I got framed and got banned from the main Marvellous Playground server anyway. Now there are basically two Marvellous Playground server. I think one of them is regarding the game and the other community. And then he says, not gonna lie, I understand them too, because this is weird. Now I'm gonna provide some context yet again for why there is a channel name after one of the other members that was attacking me. These booster roles had or have a really big issue with teaming. Every time I see them in a server, they're either just teaming on someone or being toxic, or it's even both. Actually, it's both at the same time. They're both teaming and toxic at the same time. And now, according to these both images that he has sent, I said bro did not record minus 1000 aura. And the main reason I actually was asking people to record was because they kept lying over and over about them teaming on us, when like they say that they didn't team on us, even though I literally have evidence of them doing so. I recorded it. What do you know, they basically were teaming, and not just on me, on other people as well, especially when I wasn't there. And obviously, since they've lied about me calling them the WH word, you expect me to ignore the fact that I should not be taking precautions and capturing proof just in case something happens again. And then he calls me weird for this and then accuses me of stalking them, where none of this is actually considered to be stalking. And I have said that I wasn't even stalking them. We just said that if we ever found them in the server teaming on other people or us, obviously, then we'd attack them. And they've teamed a numerous amount of times. I say, how do you not know they've talked behind us as well? Because Kiara literally told Grace that I was trying to start a fight with her again by pinging over and over, even though I talked to Kiara not once but twice that we should end our drama. And I apologized to Kiara as well, and she even admitted to me apologizing, yet kept dragging on the fight for absolutely no reason, only because I had that server kept up. But one thing I did say, and I did mention multiple times over and over, was that those channels were basically during the time when we were having our fight. At that time, we didn't. And then somehow she managed to join into that server as well as with many others. She took those channels out of context heavily, and then dragged on the drama more. Even though I explained myself over and over again, that was long before. And even after that, even after our argument for that server happened, I apologized. And she even admitted it herself in that private server which I had. So it's kind of crazy how he just goes behind my back and then goes ahead and accuses me of stalking other members, and that the reason that I got banned was to avoid issues with other members. Here, take a look at this. The other day, like around I think last year it was, someone hosted a poll if Kiara should get respected member. And guess what? Most people said no, and then she went ahead and accused everyone of being sexist. And then basically before that conversation we had in DMs, he said that heard you should talk about the game. Darren, pretty much everyone did that while you were gone. He says, then leave. I say, I was just stating my opinion. What's wrong with sticking around? He basically wanted me out of his own server just because I didn't like what he was doing with his game. You know, Darren, if you're watching this, if you're uncomfortable with the fact that there's someone who talks bad about your game, you might as well ban 80% of the server. 80% did that while you were gone, and you just paid attention to me out of everyone. There was just one last case of mod abuse which Darren committed on me. Now this image looks like it's a little out of context, but the next few images will explain everything later. He said, apologize or ban. I was just being corny in the next message and said, oh, would you look at the time? He said, I'm serious. I asked, wait, why 10-second or perma-ban? I go to him in DMs and asked if I'm gonna get unbanned. He forces me to apologize for mentioning the purge which he did. Basically, he purged an entire chat, and I said people already saw it though. And then he said that it was a joke, but I don't exactly see how that was a joke in the first place, and that was one of the times where I had my biggest suspicions on you. So it's really just a shame how there are so many people you favor, and then you go ahead and take things personally using someone else's server. Next time you have a problem, just talk to me. Or better yet, don't use other people's servers to go ahead and fix your personal problems. You want to fix someone's personal you want to fix your personal problems? Go ahead, block me. I don't care.